Okay, so I think yes, of course, content is definitely the king in today's time because as it is, the audience doesn't have, the viewer doesn't have that much of time to read onto every piece that comes onto their mobile or to whichever platform that they're on, and attention spans have really reduced to about 4 seconds. So you really have to give content that connects with them, that interests them or keeps them hooked on. And so the first thing, of course, is that we churn out good quality content, keep them engaged, keep them wanting to come back more. Does it feel like that it adds value to their daily life or whatever they need to do? And as it is, we've seen that after pandemic and during pandemic also, there was a lot of requirement for DIY content, people wanting to know more on how to videos and everything. So a lot of brands invested a lot on advocacy, building knowledge about not only about their products but also things related to the ecosystem of their brands and their products. So everybody in today's time, I mean, there is a separate content cell in every company where there are people being hired from journalistic backgrounds, people being hired from content writing, advertising agencies, just to create content that connects and builds that deeper connect with the viewer or the audience. So whether it's your social media platform, whether it's your website, a plain vanilla website with just information on what your brand or your product ethos, etc., is all about will not work in today's time. User is much more aware. You have to build that connect, whether it is through videos, whether it's through engaging posts, whether it is through mailers. I personally feel social media, as the question also says, is the easiest platform. It's the easiest way to build that kind of, to connect with your so-called tribe. There's a term called tribe in today's time. Brands are working on building a certain tribe of the people that they connect, that they are, basically are their users, or for that matter, a pool of their influencers who can, or ambassadors who could connect also with their users. So there are a lot of ways in which we can, drive conversions through our content strategy. One of the best ways to do through is through your social media. And Kshitij, would you want to add some, and then I'll add on to more pointers here.
Yeah, Garima, very well put. So,
Mhm.
of course, content is the bedrock of anything and everything that we do as marketers. And, we as brands, probably the biggest threat we have these days is probably from the creator economy shaping up, right? People are consuming more and more content, snackable content created by phenomenal creators, right? So you have to hit a sweet spot that, balances out your audience's interest as well as your conversion. So when it comes to conversion, I think we need to be very mindful of how do I define conversion, right? How do I define conversion for every channel? And probably, my sense or understanding the pulse of every channel matters a lot. For example, you'll find all of the, Gen Z audience on Snapchat. You might find a blend of Gen Z plus millennials all on Instagram, basically consuming your reels kind of content. So, to basically find a sweet spot which balances both your brand awareness and an affinity of sort, point that, brands are trying to build a tribe, and conversion, has to be, handled in a very delicate manner. For example, so I'll just share a brief statistic with you guys. So we have, tremendous amount of UGC content, right? Created by people across the globe for Indigo, as flyers, as, plane spotters, as brands and stuff. So, the best way to probably to repurpose that content to build your affinity and maybe use it, in some shape or form for performance is what makes, makes our campaign a success in a certain way. So we have, utilized a brief portion of probably performance marketing in the form of performance max campaigns, plus some snackable content on YouTube Shorts that has delivered phenomenal growth for us. So we basically scaled 15x in the last 10 months on YouTube, right? Purely through organic and a bit of performance marketing spends. For, deeply understanding all the data that we had of all the the flyers who have interacted with the Indigo as a brand in past, plus new user acquisition through different channels, right? So understanding what channel you want to use, what kind of, again, the basics, the what kind of target audience you want to speak to. So you have to be very mindful of the kind of content you're developing, right? Of course, we as consumers have attention span less than a goldfish, but if you're giving them helpful content, as Google puts it, right, they will keep coming back to you, and your content will speak for yourself, right? Your numbers will tell you whether your audience is liking it or rejecting it. So of course, it can help you, basically take care of your funnel as well. And also at the same time, help you with brand affinity. You just need to be mindful of, which channel that you're going after, what is the TG that you're going after, and how exactly you're talking to them in their language.
Yeah, and so coming on to the some of the ways in which we could actually help boost conversions through social media. I think let's have some pointers thrown out here as how is it that brands can actually leverage. So depending on brand to brand, if you're into the consumer business where it's about getting leads, or it's about getting more data, or let's say just a little bit of database capture of email, or a mobile number or phone numbers, that could also be counted as conversions. Conversions do not necessarily mean that somebody has gone and clicked onto your landing page and just bought the product or anything. It could be defined as something like, how many requests have come, how many leads have come. And then later on, there could be an outreach plan that could be set in place to reach out to those leads that come. A lot of auto companies do that, mobile companies do that. New startups do that with beauty and cosmetic brands. So in your case also, I think, how do? You would be also getting more clicks on some of the campaigns that you do for travel or for availing the miles or getting more discounts, right, Kshitij?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we use social as well, for building up an entire funnel, right? So there will be communication on different users on the app. Of course, we have all the market tools in place to take care of that. There are, communications or happening on, Quoras and Reddits of the world. They are phenomenal channels if you want to tap into and,
Social
align.
listening, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Social listening
that's
is a big part of,
a big part of it. Absolutely.
Yeah.